All right, man, let's talk some NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year odds. We'll start offense here.
All right.
So this is fun to look at, especially after the draft, because you do see the guys, like there's immediate impact players. Obviously, everyone knows Ashton Jeanty, Cam Ward. What's interesting, Travis Hunter, he has odds to be Offensive Rookie of the Year. That's plus 750. Defensive Player of the Year, 10-1. And I think he's more of a full-time corner than a full-time wide receiver.
Well, depending on who you talk to.
Exactly.
Some people think wide receiver more, yeah.
We'll get into that. But with Offensive Rookie of the Year odds, we're looking at the FanDuel Sportsbook here.
Yep.
Ashton Jeanty plus 270. Cam Ward plus 380, quarterback for the Titans. Travis Hunter plus 750 with the Jags.
Okay.
Tet McMillan plus 950. Then there's Omarion Hampton 14-1. So that line's kind of drawn after Tet McMillan. You can make the argument between Ward and Hunter how big that drop off is.
Sure.
But there's that top four. Is anywhere else? You have the odds in front of you, too. Maybe it's not one of the four guys I named. Anyone that comes to mind for you?
Well, listen, I want to say two things.
You want to talk about your boy Jeanty?
No, I wouldn't bet Jeanty.
Whoa.
You know why?
What?
I wouldn't bet Jeanty because I like where he landed, as you know. I think the Raiders made the right choice there.
Yeah.
That's no question.
Okay.
But they don't have enough offensively for me to feel as though Ashton Jeanty can make the impact that he could had he gone to a Chicago, which remember that was rumored at the time.
Okay,
the
I'm
Bears
interested
really
by
liked him.
this.
I think Jeanty will be the focal point of the Raiders offense. Not a bad thing, but because of that, defenses can key in. I don't believe in Geno or anyone else chucking the ball there. So I think Jeanty will have a very good rookie season, but not the eye-popping numbers as if he had went somewhere and had other pieces to complement his game. So because of that, it is a quarterback league. I don't think it's a worse bet, Cam Ward at plus 380.
Almost 4-1, yeah.
The Titans are a horrendous team and a horrendous franchise, which it almost feels like they're rock bottom. And so when you're at rock bottom or close to it, there's really realistically nowhere to go but to remain stagnant or to go up. If Cam Ward gets there and he wins a couple more games and he looks good, listen, he's a dual threat guy. He can run and throw. He gives you a couple splashy plays a game, which you imagine he will. I think it's Cam Ward's award to win, pun intended. But I'm looking at Travis Hunter. I'm going to be honest with you. Plus 750 and 10-1 as Defensive Rookie of the Year. This guy has the ability to make history in the NFL, just like we saw in college football. In college football, we have seen guys play both sides of the ball. Generally, it's packages. I remember I grew up in the Charles Woodson era. Charles Woodson was a shutdown, lockdown corner, much like Travis Hunter. And then they would put him in for packages a wide receiver, and he would be awesome. Or they put him at kick or punt returner, and he'd be awesome. And we've seen that throughout history. We have never, maybe nor ever, have seen what Travis Hunter did full-time, both sides, and dominate. Not saying he's going to do it in the NFL, but I'm saying he's attempting to do it. And he has the tools to possibly do it. In other words, if anyone can do it on God's green earth, it's Travis Hunter. For that, I'm willing to sprinkle a little something on both offensive and defensive rookie of the year because he goes to a team where it's conceivable this could happen. Have you heard the Jacksonville Jaguars talk about Travis Hunter, both when he's in the room and not in the room? Have you heard that? Have you heard it, George?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's just, in case you haven't heard it, we'll paraphrase. They basically treat him like God.
And they're not going to put him in a box either.
No, they're not. They're going to let him do what he wants. And they worship at the altar of Travis Hunter. So that tells me he's going to have the opportunity to at least test this hypothesis and see if it can be done on the NFL level.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a bad bet either way. Travion Henderson at 20-1. The greed and the degenerate gambler is speaking to me at that price.
Yeah, but let me talk you off that cliff then.
Why?
Let me save you something.
Committee? Running back by committee?
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's a thing, too, where make the draft pick, stick with it, and like it. But when Elliott Wolf comes out, it's like, well, we actually see him. He could be a 3-down back. He was never a 3-down back at Ohio State.
He was not.
So now the physicality gets risen. And the toughness of the game rises as well. The complexity of the defenses you're facing and the speed of the game all elevates. Travion Henderson's a special player.
Sure.
But at 20-1, he's going to be your third down receiving back.
Yeah.
For a team that just won 4 games. At best, we're giving them 8, maybe 9 wins and sneaking into the playoffs. And for an offense that the best player is a quarterback, for an offense that features a Kyle Williams as a receiver and a Stephon Diggs, you can go with that long shot, Kyle Williams 70-1. I wouldn't put my money on TreVeyon Henderson winning it. If he wins it, would I be surprised? Yeah, a little bit.
Because he just went off. He had a big year if he wins
And it's not just TreVeyon Henderson, so it's not just a talk down on him. He's a very special talent.
Yeah.
But he was at his best at Ohio State when they cut down his touches per game.
That's right.
They kept him fresh. He's going to keep Ramondre Stevenson fresh, and that's when he'll be at his best.
If anything, Judkins was the workhorse a little more. Right.
If I'm going to go a running back, I would go Marion Hampton 12-1.
Okay.
You have Rashawn Slater, Joe Alt, Zion Johnson, and Bradley Bozeman all up front. Jim Harbaugh wants to run the ball. This is a team that was just in the playoffs. Yes, they're led by Justin Herbert. They got better in the receiving room by drafting a Trey Harris as well. But Omarion Hampton is the guy that can put up those eye-popping numbers as a running back, can be that bell cow back, great contact balance, a fantastic vision, runs between the tackles, but loves running to the left side. Okay, that's where you got your best offensive lineman in Slater. And can do it all. Like, he's that special talent. Jeanty, I don't hate, but what I like with the Chargers is they can make it into the playoffs. You look at the past winners, Jaden Daniels, obviously historic. C.J. Stroud led that team to the playoffs. Garrett Wilson at receiver was a stud. Jamar Chase was fantastic. Justin Herbert led the team to the playoffs. Kyler Murray, quarterback. Saquon Barkley, no playoffs, but was really good as a rookie.
Sure.
You got to be a special talent. And I think what also would help is there's always narratives. You have to think storylines. If Omarion Hampton is running like one of the best running backs in the game, he's in it. He's with a head coach that wants to run the ball.
Yes.
He does have the talent on a rookie scale contract to accomplish
They are
that.
by committee, George.
And if it'll be his.
Okay.
It'll be his. He'll be that first, second, third down back when you need Najee Harris to get tough yards, and he'll give him a spell. Omarion Hampton, you don't take him at that draft slot over the guys you took him for him to be splitting carries. You're going to give him over 200 carries a game. But if he overshadows and outperforms Ashton Jeanty, that goes into the narrative that
they're
Omarion
winning
Hampton.
too. Yeah, no, that's a fair point. The Chargers are much closer to winning than the Raiders ever will be.
The one that makes sense is Cam Ward, though. The Titans haven't made the playoffs since 2021. They built that offensive line with a bunch of vets up front. You do that to protect a rookie quarterback. And just simply look at the receiving room. Calvin Ridley, Tyler Lockett, Chimere Dike, Chigo Okonkwo, Gunnar Helm. Two of those guys I named were rookies. The other three are veterans. They also have Van Jefferson in that room. Maybe Ellick Yomenor ends up being something. But they're surrounding him with the tools that you need for a rookie quarterback. They have a good run game. Brian Callahan's calling the plays. There's a structure there to support a Cam Ward. That's why I would go Cam Ward or Omarion Hampton. Your Travis Hunter play, though, and again, one more on the narratives. If he gets 10 receiving touchdowns, maybe 12, elevates the Jaguars' red zone offense. They were like middle of the pack, back half of the league last season. But if he elevates him and just produces solely in the red zone, or is a game breaker and has those highlight plays and plays off of Brian Thomas Jr. so well, he could win that because also the narrative is, while playing cornerback, he put up these numbers as a receiver. He was a wide receiver too, and a cornerback one.
That's right.
And that's what could give him into winning either award.
Well, yeah, and also the league can't give him MVP if he plays both of those positions at a high level, because we all know quarterbacks win MVPs in this league. So the next best thing would be, well, we're not going to give him the MVP, but we can give him Rookie of the Year in both offensive and defensive. I want to go back to something you said about the Titans before we move on to the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
I think you're right about Cam Ward and if he can turn around the Titans, but you mentioned playoffs. I don't necessarily think they have to make the playoffs for him to win the award. Bless you. Because
he's a quarterback.
Well, they won 3 games last year. This is what I was saying about rock bottom. If Cam Ward can come in, George, and win 6, they go 6-11. I'm just throwing out numbers, or 7-10, and he has highlight plays, and all of a sudden the Titans are relevant and being talked about, and like, dude, look at what Cam Ward's doing. He can win this. I don't think it has to be playoff or bust for him to win it. I just think he has to let's call it double their win total. When you win 3 games, bro, like if he can win 6 to 7 games, I mean, he could have a chance. As long as the numbers are there, he could have a chance to win this. It should be noted, too. We talked TreVeyon Henderson at 10 or 20-1. Kyle Williams, the wide receiver, 70-1. How about this? On the board. Not going to win it. Don't bet it. Will Campbell, 250-1.
Don't give Vegas free money.
Don't do it. Just if you want to waste your money, flush it down the toilet instead, or give it to me and George.
an offensive lineman's never won Rookie of the Year.
That's right.
The one
Nor
on
will
Cam
they
Ward,
ever.
outside of their division, they're hosting the Chargers, Chiefs,
Loss,
Patriots,
loss,
Rams,
loss.
Saints,
Loss.
maybe,
Win.
and Seahawks.
Loss.
That's a loss. On the road, Cardinals, that's a tough team.
Loss.
Broncos, loss.
Loss.
Browns, win.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, win.
49ers, loss. Raiders. That's a really
Win.
tough slate. But that's a really tough slate
I
of
named
opponents.
4 wins.
Okay. And then you think Cam Ward.
And then, a couple games here
meanwhile,
or there.
they still have Texans, Colts, Jaguars. I don't.
Yeah, who knows?
The
Division.
unpredictability of that division's insane.
But I named 4 from what you gave. I mean, what did I say? 6?
Yeah.
If he can get to 6 or 7.
Tet McMillan plus 950, maybe. O'Marion Hampton, I really like. Quinshon Judkins, maybe, but he's on a bad team. Tyler Shuck, I don't love it. Matthew Golden. Jackson Dart, 22-1. He's not going to play till
No. Hell no.
week 14,
I ain't
maybe,
buying it.
at that.